to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
Have you ever wondered how a player with so much potential could become one of the most discussed pieces in the NBA trade market? On Warriors News Fan Update, we dive into the dilemma surrounding Moses Moody, a young wing who, despite his efficiency, might be on the trading block. Moses Moody is one of those players who carries an aura of promise. Drafted 14th overall in 2021, he has shown flashes of brilliance, like his impressive 38.8% three-point shooting this season, a career high. Yet, his role on the Warriors remains limited. Steve Kerr's decision to play him less than 20 minutes per game raises questions. Is Moody a wasted talent or a strategic piece for bigger trades? Reliable sources, including insider Michael Scotto, suggest that Moody is a name to monitor in the trade market. With Anthony Melton's devastating injury, the Warriors need to fill critical gaps, especially at the guard position. Moody, with his renewed contract and relatively affordable salary, might be the key ingredient the Dubs need to attract a high-impact addition. But is that a fair trade? At 22, Moody still has a high ceiling. He combines youth, defensive versatility, and a sharp perimeter shot, qualities highly valued across the NBA. It's not hard to imagine franchises eager to mold him into a cornerstone for the future. As for the Warriors, they face a tough decision: prioritize the present by using Moody as a trade asset to strengthen the team or invest in his long-term development, keeping him as part of the team's young core. With the trade deadline approaching, Moody's fate will serve as a litmus test for the Warriors' philosophy this season. Will he be the necessary sacrifice for another championship or the talent that could shine at Chase Center for years to come? As Moody's future hangs in the balance, the Warriors face market pressures and high fan expectations. For a team with a winning culture ingrained in its DNA, every decision could be a turning point between a new championship ring or a prolonged rebuild. The management, led by Mike Dunleavy Jr. and Steve Kerr's coaching staff, are at a crossroads. Melton's injury has further complicated the situation, exposing the urgent need for roster adjustments. Moody might be the player who brings an immediate return in a trade, but are the Warriors willing to part with such a young talent with immense potential? On the flip side, there's a compelling case for holding on to Moody. Basketball isn't just about numbers. It's about building a team that can not only compete but continually reinvent itself. Moody, with his ability to space the floor and disrupt on defense, could become an essential piece of a rejuvenated core alongside talents like Jonathan Kuminga and other prospects. The decision also carries broader implications. How do the Warriors want to be perceived in the league? As a team betting on the future of its young players, or one willing to sacrifice promising pieces to maximize the remainder of Steph Curry's prime? As speculations intensify, every game and every minute Moody spends on the court feels like a test. Will he prove he deserves more playing time, or is his fate already sealed as part of a trade package? This uncertainty is what makes this season so intriguing for Dub Nation. As a Warriors fan, I'm torn about Moses Moody's future. On one hand, it's clear that he has the potential to be an important player in the future. His ability to space the floor with an impressive 38.8% three-point shooting efficiency and his solid perimeter defense are qualities many NBA teams covet. He's young, talented, and has room to grow, the kind of player who could be an essential part of the Warriors' next generation alongside Kuminga and other promising talents. On the other hand, I understand the logic of exploring his trade value. With Anthony Melton's injury and the evident gaps in the roster, the Warriors need reinforcements if they want to compete for a title now, while Steph Curry is still playing at an elite level. Using Moody as trade bait could bring in a veteran player who makes an immediate impact, particularly in a critical position like guard. What frustrates me most, however, is how the team is using Moody. Steve Kerr clearly doesn't fully trust him yet, as his minutes remain limited, even when he plays well. That's frustrating, because if we want to see Moody's true value, he needs more time and opportunities on the court. The central question is, do the Warriors want to maximize the present or build something that lasts beyond the Curry era? If it were up to me, I try to balance both worlds. Perhaps it's worth giving Moody a real chance to showcase his value this season before considering him as part of any trade. After all, we've seen young players flourish with time and confidence, and Moody could very well be the next. What do you think, Dub Nation? Is it worth waiting for Moody's development, or should the Warriors capitalize on his trade value for immediate reinforcements? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's cheer together for the Warriors to make the best decision for the team. Go Warriors! We've always been a team that built its success not only on stars but also on internal development and bold bets on young talent. Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and even Steph Curry were once questioned or underestimated, but the team believed in them, and the rest is history. Moses Moody may not be at that level yet, but who's to say he couldn't achieve something close if given the right opportunity? He has already shown flashes of being a reliable two-way player. And honestly, imagining him thriving on another team because the Warriors traded him for a short-term fix will be tough for any fan who believes in the team's development philosophy. At the same time, we can't ignore reality. Time isn't on our side when it comes to making the most of Steph Curry's remaining years. He's still one of the best players in the NBA, and the team should do everything it can to keep him in a position to compete for titles. If that means trading Moody to address glaring roster needs, perhaps that's the most logical decision, even if it hurts as a fan. But here's what gives me hope. The Warriors have a track record of finding balance in tough situations like this. They know how to build championship teams without completely sacrificing the future. My hope is that they find a solution that allows Moody to keep growing while strengthening the roster to compete now. Until then, we wait, debate, and cheer. Every game matters, and every minute Moses Moody spends on the court will be an opportunity to prove he deserves to stay. Let's follow this journey together, Dub Nation, because this season promises to be one of the most exciting and unpredictable we've ever seen. If you want to follow every detail of this journey, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update. Here, we discuss every play, every trade, and every decision that shapes the future of our beloved team. Share your thoughts. Do you think Moses Moody should stay or go? Your voice is part of Dub Nation, and we want to hear what you think. Let's go, Warriors!